Welcome back to Derriere's. Today I'm going to can some chili. I've got a bunch of meat going here and I just seasoned it up with some paprika. I'm getting ready to put just a little bit of cumin in it. Just a little bit, not too much. And some chili powder. You put it, season it the way you like it. You want a lot of chili powder, I guess you could put a lot of chili powder. But anyway, season it the way you like it. I'm going to put some parsley in there. This one's not open. I have so many parsleys that I can never find the one that's open. Let's see here. Here's one. This will be open. Put quite a bit in there. Actually, I'm just going to dump it in there. It's easier. Like this. Okay. So I decided that instead of making quarts this time, I am going to make pints because that way I can eat them just for me. I just pull one out for lunch and call it a day, So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to brown this meat up. When it gets close to being done, we'll be back. In the meantime, I'm going to cut my onion up, which is right here, and I'm also going to cut some garlic up. Probably about 2 cloves of garlic, is my guess. Well, these are kind of small, so looks like I'm probably going to do 3. And that one's a weird one. We'll see what happens. Anyway, so I'm going to chop all this up, and we'll be back when this meat is ready to go. Okay, I probably have a tablespoon and a half of garlic here. Put that in there. And don't forget to salt your food, unless you do not want to salt your food, but I always throw some in on there. I'm going to make this pot just like, if I was serving it in the house to everybody. But then when I get done, I'm going to just put it in jars and can it. So that's the plan. So get that garlic down in there. The house will really start smelling good after that. So, and also when you get done cooking your meat, you want to drain off any of that fat, get it out of there. So we're going to do that too. So, let me turn this over. But yeah, I figured I'm going to try to make soups for myself for lunches because that's what I prefer throughout the winter anyway. And it's starting to get cold. So, I figured it's time for soups, people. I have to start knocking out a soup every, week or so. Let me turn this up just a tad. There we go. All right, we'll start on my onion. But yeah, I love soup, and it's starting to get cold outside, so why not, right? And I just about have all my other soups gone. So I'm going to make this today, the chili, and then I'm going to probably, next week I'll have another one that I'm putting out for you. Sometimes I just kind of throw a bunch of stuff in and make sure it's healthy, has a bunch of different vegetables in it or whatever, and go from there. So I'll do that too. That way during the winter, I'm at least getting a bunch of veggies. And I'm going to make these onions in thicker slices because that's the way I like them in my chili. So that's what I'm going to do. Woo! That was a close one. And I didn't even get much sleep last night. I'm surprised I'm on my game that well. All right. And I'm going to throw these onions in with the meat. So get them in there, get them cooking. Cut them in half that way, and then I'm probably just going to cut them across 3 times and throw them in. It's real easy to do. Bring you close so you can see. Sometimes you guys just have to get comfortable with yourself and have some faith if you're new to this canning thing. I love chili, and so you just have to remember, you have meat in this pot here, So you're going to have to go for the meat times when you're pressure canning, which is 90 minutes for a quart and 75 minutes for a pint. Same thing with beans. Okay? Just remember that. Whatever you're making, whatever ingredient has the longest processing time, that's what you want to go with. Okay? That way everything's safe. Because if you don't, then, you know, if I processed it for the tomato time or whatever, then you're not getting your beans and your meat done as long as they should be, you know. So that's the deal on that one. Very easy to figure out. You have to remember not getting so stressed about it all. Although it's important to follow the rules and make sure you do it properly. You know, you don't want to end up getting ill by under processing stuff. So make sure you always process for whatever times are the longest for whatever you're cooking. Okay. And actually, I don't even have to cook this meat all the way. I can cook it till it's pink. But I want this onion to get a little soft. So I'm going to keep going. Cut the end off. And then cut one more slice. Okay. I like the big chunks in my chili. The big chunks of onion. And so does everybody else in my family, so that's what I do. I could always give one of these to Mom, because Dad doesn't like chili, but a pint would be perfect for Mom. She would make 2 meals out of that easy, so that's another bonus of doing it this way. And I always get up close to the root of the onion, because why waste it? Don't waste anything. Everything that could be used, use it. Mom will love these big pieces of onion. She'll love them. All right, that's that. I'm going to stir this up. Pretty good. I don't see much that is pink anymore, but there's a little bit here and there, so I think that's good. I'm going to drain it, turn it off. I'm going to go get this drained, and then we're going to put it in the pot. This pot here. So I'm going to get that done and see if I can do it without burning myself. And I'll be back when I get it all in the pot. So I got all the meat in there. Made for about half a pot of meat, which is what I wanted. I'm going to make it pretty hearty. So I'm going to put this can of small red beans in there. And I am going to drain them first. So let me do that. I also have 2 cans of this other kind of bean. I figured I might as well just rinse them all at the same time. This one is a mixed chili bean. See, it's got all kinds of different beans. I've never seen this can before. I don't know why. So anyway, I saw them and I thought, I'm going to grab 2 of those. So I'm going to get these rinsed next here. All right, guys, I've got all those rinsed. Now, I only rinsed these just a little bit because it's got the chili stuff in it, but I don't really like everybody else's flavors of chili stuff, so I did rinse them twice, but I left the rest of it in there. So we'll go with that. Right. You do what you want to do with yours. You can add all chili beans. You could add all red beans. You can not add any beans at all. It's up to you. Here's the last of this one. And I usually don't add this much beans either. But if this is my only meal for the day, I want to make sure there's plenty of protein. Or if I'm feeding it to my grandkids. So that's where I'm at with that. Looks like I better get my spoon rest. All right, back with that. Okay, so I'm going to put these in the trash. Rinse my hand. Okay, so now where we're at is I'm going to mix this up a little bit. So I'm going to cook this just like I would a big pot of bean or chili. I got some Red Gold fresh tomato juice. I'm going to put that in there. start making my chili. Okay. Then I have a can of Rotel with the green chilies in it. And put that in there. Which I usually don't put this in there, but I am today. I'm mixing it up a little bit and doing a little different chili. I've been eating the same chili for 58 years, y'all. So I decided I'm switching it up a little bit. So these are diced tomatoes with green chilies. Putting that in there too. Okay. I'm gonna rinse this juice out a little bit. Put water with it, just a little bit. Get all that flavor. There we go, not bad. Let's see where we're at. I do have a secret thing I put in it for our family recipe. So I am going to put that in there, but I'm not gonna share it because it's a secret family thing. So if you guys have a secret family ingredient you put in your food or your chili, put it down in the, you don't have to put what it is, but I mean, you know, tell me, yeah, we have one. We have a secret ingredient. You know, well, that looks nice and thick. That's perfect. That is a nice bowl of chili. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit more of the chili powder to it. Actually, not with this one, I'm not, because it's new. I grabbed the wrong one, which I do all the time, like I said. So here's the one that's open. Okay. All right. I would say probably a good teaspoon of this is what I put in there. And then I'm going to put some more cumin. Just a little bit. I'm not a big cumin fan. It's probably enough for me. I'm gonna mix it up again. So my jars are hot in the oven. And I'm gonna bring this up to temperature and get my canner going with some water in it, my pressure canner, and we will go from there. I might add just a little bit extra water in this just to make sure that it's got enough in it. So I'll get busy with that and we'll be right back. Okay, got a little water here. It's getting hot fast. I'm just gonna put this in because you know how you like to put, like, people like to put crackers in there, or they like to put dip peanut butter sandwiches in there, or whatever. Whatever you're dipping, whatever you're doing. It gives you a little bit of juice in there to do your thing with. It's me that's eating it, but Mom will eat it too, and you know, my daughters might take some, so I don't think I'm gonna put, I think that's probably a pretty good consistency. I don't think I'm gonna go much more than that. Let's see. That's it. I'm not gonna go anymore. All right. So I've got all my jars down in the oven, and I just got done putting some more in there because I'm gonna do another video after this one. So I'm getting ready for that. And as soon as this gets hot, we're gonna be on it. I'm gonna get my canner out right now and get ready. You guys, I'm not used to it here. I went to find my canner. I'm like, I know I put it in the cabinet here. I'm thinking I put it here. I couldn't find it there. So then I went over there. I'm like, I can't find it there. Then I went over there. And I couldn't find it there. I'm like, looked in the pantry. It wasn't in there. I'm like, holy cow, what did I do with my canner? And then I remembered, yeah, I put it over here. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my gasket of my canner. And I'm gonna get it oiled up here. Just because it feels a little dry to me. I did it last time, but let's put a little bit in my fingers here. I'm just gonna go around it. And I always go around it like this. And then inside of there, it's like a V, goes in. I also stick my fingers down in there and go around it like this. So make sure that it's all lubricated really well. And that's enough. I mean, I maybe put a pea size, not even that, of oil in there on my fingers. So, doesn't take much. Wash my hands, I'll be right back. All right, that called for an iced coffee. So pause for an iced coffee. It's getting toasty in here anyway. Mix this up, stir it up a little bit. It's ready to go. So I'm going to turn it off. This is heating up. It'll be ready in a minute. I'll show you my jars. I got those going. See, got that all full. Okay guys, I got jars out and I'm ready to roll. So here we go. Got 4 jars out. This is where I make my big messes. Woo, they're hot. Woo, doggy. Okay. Let me get them closer. There we go. That's not so bad. All right. I want to mix it around like so. And then get a, well, this stuff's loaded. Put some juice on top. And don't forget, we have to debubble. We're leaving a 1-inch headspace, guys. Okay, that one's a little over, so I'm gonna have to take some out. Okay, next. This is easy to do. You guys can do it definitely, you new canners. Definitely can do this if you have a pressure canner. I'll try to get as much as the meat as I can in there. I want these pretty full of the goodies that are in the pan here, or the pot. Okay. That way, if I have to take them with me somewhere, you know, I have a really nice, good meal. You know, if I'm working somewhere else or doing something. Okay. That's a 1 inch almost. Put a little bit more in this one. Got to take some out of the other one though. So, come in here and just take a little bit out. Put it in this one. And I guess I moved my, my spoon rest. Okay, I'm gonna debubble. Go in here and debubble, debubble. Yep. Didn't go down any, that's good. Pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to take a little bit out of this one. Put it in that one. And a little bit out of this one. Put it in that one. Good deal. All right. Paper towel. Make sure you clean your rims. My canner water is nice and hot, just like this is. Make sure you have hot water in your canner. You put cold water in your canner, you're gonna break some jars. So, just so you know, don't do that. I like this one might be a little, there we go. These jars are hot. I'll get these in there and move my lid. Ready to rock on that. Okay. Let's pick them up, set them in. Nice and gentle. There we go. We're gonna get some more jars out. Get some more jars out. Trying to use all the regular mouth ones. amount of regular. Oh, here's a 2. I was gonna say I should have more than that. Okay, we'll see how we do. I might have to use one of the wide mouths. We'll see how it goes. All right, back up. Here we go. All right. I guess we'll start here. Now I salted this already, so I don't need to put any salt in there. Like I said before, you don't have to put any salt in it at all if you don't want. It's up to you. Trying to put the majority of the goodies in here. I think I'm gonna, I already used that slotted spoon, I think. I'm gonna drain out some of the liquid so I get the majority of the goodies down in here, in these jars. And I'll come back with the tomato juice. I'm gonna make sure there's plenty of Yum Yums in there. Okay. Probably didn't need to add that extra liquid like I did. But hey, that's all right. I like peanut butter sandwiches in it as much as the next guy, so works for me. There we go. One more for this one. Okay. All right, now I'm going to put some juice. A little bit more. A little bit more. This one. Looks like a little bit more. They aren't losing too much when I debubble them, so I'm pretty happy with this so far. That's right at 1 inch. A little bit more here. Okay. All right. I'll clean this, the rims again. Okay. Okay, put those in the pot too. There we go. All right. And I think I'm going to put a largemouth one right there. Get one largemouth out and use it. I have to get my glove because these babies are hot. Last one. Take me a few minutes to get all the goodies in there without the, oh, I lost it. I guess I better get my slotted spoon. Okay, let's do it this way. Whew. Trying to get as much as I can out of the juice here. Go slow. Oop, dropped a bean. This worked out perfect. I cannot say that it could have been any better, actually. The majority of the goodies are in there. I'm gonna add a little bit of the tomato. Oop. So plenty of juice and debubble. Looks good, looks perfect. Wipe that off. Okay. There we go. Let's put this one in with the others. Okay. Put it right here. Fits perfectly, and there's one in the middle. Actually, I might move those around. I think I'm going to put the fat one in the middle, the wide mouth one, because that way they won't bounce around as much towards the middle. Do that. Yep, perfect. Okay, we're going to put the lid on this. Okay, I'll scoot her out here a little bit, put my lid on. I'm going to move this pot off the stove. And bean. And then we'll put it right here on this burner. Oh, wait. Move things around a little bit and get this baby going on the front here. I'm gonna put her on high. And we'll be back when she's ready. You'll start venting pretty quick. There, you can see it a little bit. And when it starts shooting out really good, I'll let it go 10 minutes, like I said. And then I'll put my weight on it, which is right here. Now my little bag of weights. And get the right one, which is this one. And it's ready to go. At 10 pounds of pressure for me and my elevation. So, I'll wait for it. Make sure that you always check your little thing that comes up here and make sure your eye here is completely clear. You can see all the way through it before you start your canning, so that everything's working properly. And like I said, if you need to lubricate your gasket, do that. You know, take good care of your equipment and it'll take good care of you. Okay guys, I don't know if you can see this. I'm trying to find a good place. But anyway, it is venting pretty good. There you go, you can see it pretty good there. Okay, so 10 minutes from now, it would be at, well, exactly 1 o'clock. So 1 o'clock, I'll throw the weight on. All right, guys, I'm gonna put my weight on. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit to like 7. I'm just keep turning it down until I get it to a good place where it starts toggling. And then we've got 75 minutes to go after it starts that, and then we'll be done. So we'll be back when we're finished. I was reading the Farmer's Almanac and it said that the 5th through the 7th were great days for canning. It is raining in our area though, so I'm not going to do any jams. Probably won't do any fruit at all just because of that. But I do have a bunch of fruit to do. And I have a lot of videos to do, so I'm going to try to do as many as I can. We'll be back in about 80 minutes. When they're done, I'll pull them out. I did add a little bit of white vinegar to my pot, and that helps keep your jars clean from getting that calcium buildup on the outside of them. Some people don't like to do that because it rusts their rings, you know, makes the rings look bad. But I go through so many jars, I always have rings anyway, and I really care what they look like, because when it's done, the next day, I'll take all the rings off, clean the jars, and the rings aren't on there anyway, so it doesn't make them look bad. It's just, the ring is just a tool, so, and it's okay if it doesn't look pristine. So, anyway, just so you know, we're toggling, and it's on 7 right now, but when it gets to this point, I know that I can turn this down And I go about a third of the number down to the next one. And actually my stove will keep it toggling at a pretty good pace at like 3.5. So I just work my way down to there. And you guys will know your stove as you get doing this, you'll see. But yeah, you'll learn where your sweet spot is. Every stove's different. Okay guys, I'm gonna shut her down. I don't know if you can see that, but my stove is on 3.5 there. See? So she's toggling pretty good, so I'm gonna shut her down anyway. She's done, her time's up. So it'll probably be a good half hour, 45 minutes before I take the lid off. So this is what I have left. I have a whole jar full of the juice from the chili. So you'll have to come back for my next video and see what I'm gonna do with this. All right, I'm taking my weight off, set it off to the side, and I'm gonna turn this to loosen it. This pot has been off for 45 minutes. There we go. I can hear it when I do that, releasing a little bit of pressure. So I'm just gonna leave it there for a couple minutes, okay? Like maybe 5 minutes. And then I'm going to pick the lid up and just kind of cock it to the side here a little bit. And then it'll stay there for probably 15 minutes. Then I'll come back and probably take it off completely and let it set for another 5 minutes. And then I'll take them out. Okay, well I've been hearing pinging left and right, so let's get these boogers out of there. They're ready. Bring me in closer. All right. Get the big fat one out first. Looks good. Everything looks good so far. Some water off the top of that one. They've been sitting here. It's just about 4 minutes away from an hour when I shut the heat off on them. So. Doesn't look like anything siphoned. I'm really happy with that. My water's clean. My jars look good. Everything looks great. So they turned out perfect. What can I say? I'm happy. Yay, 9 jars. That's 9 lunches on a cold day. For those days when you just don't want to go outside and do nothing. You've got all kinds of work to do on the inside, or you've been outside working and you're freezing. You come in and get something warm. Either way you go, it's all good. I'll see you guys later. Doing chili is really easy. Give it a shot. Bye.